On this episode of GoodEnough Motorsport, one of these things is not like the others. Actually, a few of these things just do not belong. So, this day is a rather special one because, as the sign says, it is an Isuzu meet. And those cars are still quite mysterious even to me. I love obscure cars, and these fill that niche like nobody's business. Where is their Lotus Salon? Well, it just so happens to be Isuzu powered. And, well, you know all about this. That's nothing new to this channel. There's this little thing. Does this count as a side mount or a top mount? It's somewhat unclear, but lovely. There's also this. What? This one needs a bit of love, but it's quite lovely. This one is its own thing, really. Just what? It's amazing. So we're here at the organizer of this event.
Yeah, and organizer, meeting, organizer, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Meet organizer, I think we can agree on that. So, what was your incentive to bring about a lot of Isuzu owners?
Well, it's been like 25 years we've been gathering, well, I've been hoarding some Isuzu cars, so I still have a bunch of them.
We'll go over them, not to worry.
Yeah. It's a hoarding situation, got a little bit out of hand at times, and I don't have time to take care of old cars and stuff like that, but today's with knowing all the people from Quebec, at times we started I think in early 2000 to make meetings every now and then, every summer, and so today's weather is not really perfect, but we got a good afternoon. We have about 20, I think 15 people.
Yeah,
we are
about 15 cars is about
15
right.
cars, yeah, about 15 cars. There is some non-running cars that I do have. Isuzu pickup, Astronaut on Fire with 1.8 that's laying around, but we could not gather all of the Isuzu owners of Quebec. Unfortunately, I know about maybe 5 or 6 other people that couldn't come this time.
So you had some Americans fill in the spots.
Yes. So Scott, who's filming right now, brought down his 91 Isuzu Stylus XS from Massachusetts. And we have Tom. Sorry, I get confused with all the people we have in the Isuzu
Owners group, if you will.
Yeah, the Isuzu is actually Isuzu organization in the United States. We have a group now over on Facebook. So Tom came out with his JDM Isuzu Gemini 92 JDM. Four-wheel drive intercooler turbo. So it's really nice to see that one. Actually, it was a surprise. M-Short R like that is really rare. There's not so many of these in Japan. So seeing one here in Quebec, it's an absolute surprise.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly. I didn't even think those were made in four-wheel drive. So to see a four-wheel drive turbo Gemini, that just left me slack-jawed.
Yeah, because you saw before my Gemini, the front-wheel drive one with the two fog lights on the front, like Tom's car.
Yeah, that has an interesting nickname. We'll go over that in time.
Yeah, so today basically we have owners from all over the place. So Tom's came from New Hampshire. We got Scott from Massachusetts. We got the iMark. Let's start with the lineup right here. We have the, I think is 1989 Isuzu I-Mart RS sedan, yes, with the same double overhead cam engine as the 1990 and 1991 Impulse and Stylus. The same dog engine with different parameters. So yeah, we got this I-Mart, 89 I-Mart. We've got Mark's really popular 92 Stylus RS, which is one of a kind. One of, I think, 8 or not many Stylus RS in 92. There was way not many. And then there's my Stylus 91 front-wheel drive. Those two are front-wheel drives.
Which ironically is actually how we met.
Yeah.
I saw this
That's right.
random as fuck in a groceries parking lot. It was a classic car meet, and I saw this. I'm like, what the hell is this? And you pop out like, oh, and we would just hit it off.
Yeah, it's my daily driver's car basically because it's my second Stylus. There's a bunch of goodies on this.
We'll go over each car.
Yeah, we'll go over
individually.
each car. Yeah, individually.
So we're here with Scott's. What year is this?
It's 1991.
91.
It's a Isuzu Stylus. Yep.
Yeah, Stylus.
Yep. U.S. market
There's-
model.
Yeah,
Sold,
there's a few names for them. JDM, USDM. I kind of lose track.
Yeah, everywhere
So-
else in the world they sold them as a Gemini, and then for some reason in the United States they decided to call them the Stylus.
I guess they thought Gemini wasn't Stylus enough. So what's the history with this car?
So my very first car was one of these. I bought it in 1999. Learned how to do all the usual wrenching type stuff, oil changes, brakes, that sort of thing.
So one of your first cars?
One of my first cars was one of these.
Oh, and here like a pleb, my first car was an S13 240 SX. Funny how they all their value though now.
The plain
Right.
one.
Scary.
So that car, I totally fell in love with it, and then one day it met an untimely end, getting hit by a truck. So I swore up and down that I would find another one and build it, and so I found this one from the original owner in Florida in 2004.
So that would make you the
Second owner.
Ooh,
Yep.
that's good to score.
Yep. So it was completely used up. It had 240,000 miles on it. The engine was bad. Brakes were worn. The suspension was blown. I spent an entire year kind of going in and out through everything, just getting it back on the road, getting it roadworthy again. I had another engine that I found from a salvage yard that I swapped in.
Oh, so you didn't swap the engine?
I did swap the engine. It's not the original engine. And then I drove it for 10 years every day for work. Drove it as my daily, all the way up until 2015. And at that point, I was like, well, it's getting harder to maintain it. It's harder to find parts. I got to wait for things to be delivered. It's like I don't think I can drive it every day anymore. So I ended up retiring it to being like a weekend-only car. Bring it to Cars and Coffee, bring it to shows. This car has been in the Greenwich Concours d'Elegance as part of the Radwood display.
Awesome.
And chosen by all the submissions that were sent in.
Concours what?
Concours d'Elegance.
Concours d'élégance.
Okay.
That's
Because it is
right.
Le French.
Le French.
You got the meat.
I should know a little bit better about enunciation for French words.
Well, the thing is, I keep going on about my 89 being a difficult car to find parts for. Yeah,
right.
this puts me to shame, like. Full stop. Shall we have a look at the engine?
Sure. So I had an unfortunate accident this past spring where engine number 2 ended up letting go. Something happened in the bottom end. I'm not sure if I had some powder coated stuff done to the engine, and I don't know if maybe some powder coating beads got into it and it destroyed the bottom end. So I had a open invite to bring it again to the Greenwich Concours, and needed to get another engine. I had 30 days to do an engine swap, basically. And luckily I was able to find one of these sitting on a shelf at a salvage facility that was there for 22 years, I think the person at the junkyard had said. It was strapped to a pallet, completely preserved. Brought it home, swapped over all the electronics that I knew were good, and did all the gaskets and timing belt and water pump, all the usual maintenance stuff that you do when you have an engine out. and dropped it in myself in 14 days using nothing but regular hand tools in my driveway.
Well, the thing is, once you have the engine, doing the swap is not the difficult part. For these cars, it would be finding
an engine.
Said engine, yes.
When engine number 2 let go, I was thinking that I was going to be down for a very long time. And
well, where do you find this?
Exactly. So I was thinking that pretty much all of 2022 I was going to be without this car. Thinking between even having to do a rebuild or something like that. And was just incredibly lucky to find an engine that was sitting around. And they only charged me $400 for it.
Really?
So
did they not know what they had on their hands?
Probably.
That seems to make sense. Yeah.
It's not it's a rare car. There's not a whole lot of demand out there, so rare doesn't necessarily equate value.
What demand?
But it's very valuable to me. But you know what I'm saying.
It's sentimental though, and I know that all too well. It is sentimental value. Let's be honest.
At this point,
you try to sell this. Not only are you not going to get a lot of offers, you're probably going to get not many questions, just the same one over and over again. What is this?
Yes.
Going around the car, tires are not standard. They're actually better.
Yeah, I go for the stickiest thing I can get.
Oh yeah, the well-known Falcon RT615K, I believe it is.
Engine only makes 130 horsepower normally, so you want to keep the speed up as high as you can.
Yeah,
so
you want to use as much of them as possible. Well, same thing with my 4AG, really. Yeah, okay, it's 165, slightly more, but it's not a car that's, grunty.
You don't want to drop the speed when you're cornering.
You don't want to take your foot off the pedal at all. Alright, handling by Lotus. And we'll come back to Lotus before we have one. But yeah, a big
Center garnish.
yeah, center garnish, a big tail garnish like that. I love those. My 90 does have something similar, though not quite as fast, if you will.
Yeah, if I remember right, actually the base models styles.
Missing it.
Yeah, they didn't have them.
So this car is actually not a factory color. This is actually a Mazda Miata Red. So it's first generation NA Miata. It's their paint.
You wanted
code.
to make it faster, that's why it's red.
It was red before, but rather than the Isuzu paint was what they call I think it was Colorado red, and it's red metallic. It's got the paint fleck and all their metal flake in it. And the gentleman who did the paintwork for me had just done a Miata, and he had a whole bunch of leftover red, and he gave me a hell of a deal on it, so I couldn't really pass it up. I think it actually works really well with the car. In Japan, the Gemini R came in a color called Torch Red, and in photos this looks like Torch Red. So.
Right. Can we just see the finishing touches of the Isuzu plushie you have on your dashboard? I thought this was adorable.
So back home, it's well known how much I care about this car, and a coworker of mine very thoughtfully crocheted me
Crafted.
completely from scratch, because there's obviously no pattern to make this. But I mean, she even got the headlight features down and the rear features down. And
that's pretty good, really.
I think it's a very good likeness.
It's a little bit of the interior.
Oh yeah. Stop. I didn't mention you have something that's considered illegal in Canada. You have a radar detector.
Yes, when I got my very first car in 1999, my very first car I bought, that was the first thing I bought for it, and not because I have a problem with the law. I don't know, I just liked it. I liked in-car electronics back then, so, and that's still the same one, and it still works. Though it is actually unplugged at the moment. I didn't use it once I crossed the border. So.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah,
and for your car. Thank you for bringing it over.
Absolutely.
So I'm here with Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
And what year is this?
This is a 1992 Gemini Rimshire.
Yeah, that's another name that throws me off a little bit. That seems to be only thrown into the Japanese model.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And if this scoop in it is an indication that this one has forced induction. So if you wouldn't mind just lifting the bonnet. So I think this might be turbo. I don't know, just a hunch.
It's open for interpretation.
Yes, very much so. So what is the history of this car? Or your history with this car?
Well, my history with this car is I actually just imported it recently, and I saw it available for auction in Japan, and it just came in. It was supposed to be here a number of months back, but it's only been here for about a month and a half, 2 months now.
Seems to be a common theme with those.
Yeah, it took a while, but it's here now. I've really been enjoying it. I definitely have to sort it out. This car clearly sat for a good while in Japan, and someone got it going just good enough to get it across the auction block. And I've been trying to put it back together as far as fixing little stuff that was done wrong. And I've been enjoying it quite a lot.
You also have a very interesting nickname for the two fog lights down here.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't censor myself or anything.
Yeah, it's the group has taken to calling these the big titty lights.
I can kind of see why.
Yeah, they sort of look to it. Yeah.
The most interesting feature about this car, in my opinion, is the driving position or location, if you will. It's a right-hand drive model and four-wheel drive, which, again, I didn't even know was a thing, but apparently it is.
Yeah, it seems that they fit the all-wheel drive turbocharged drivetrain into every body style they made for this vehicle.
Why would they not?
Exactly. And they just didn't make it. They didn't make it to this continent, most of it.
Would you mind taking us around the interior?
Oh, sure.
That's also very interesting.
On this side.
So, yeah, if you look, the pattern on the fabric on the door.
Upholstery.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's the same on the seats. So that leads me to believe, and it's been confirmed by brochures, that these were the factory-fitted seats in this car, which is just mind-boggling, really. I didn't think Isuzu of all brands would do something like that.
One of the fun things about having this car has been having the folks who know the federalized cars come in and see all the little tiny differences that are different from this car from the others. So the steering wheel and the seats and stuff are big and obvious, but the American Canadian cars have 3 buttons here. They don't. The hazard switch is on the steering column, and these are blanked out for the US and the Canadian cars. And that's the folding mirrors and the heated mirrors. And then the next switches are for the rear defroster, but then the rear wiper as well.
Heated mirrors. What year did you say this is?
1992.
Heated mirrors, 1992. And we take that for granted as something new or fairly modern. 30 years ago they had that stuff.
It was.
So around the back, yeah. I'm sure. Oh yeah.
There's a rear wiper.
It doesn't seem to be coming on any other car here. Only this one has a rear wiper.
The other fun thing in the rear of the car is that because it's the all-wheel drive, they put into the design of the defroster.
It is kind of difficult to see, but damn it. Take our word for it, it's really there. So, yeah, even the wheels, they have a VW stamp on them, but again, according to the brochure, they seem to be, yeah, like a factory option. So, yeah, this is just a beautiful example of a very, very obscure car I knew next to nothing about, and I love this thing.
Interesting fact is that the turbo model at the foot scoop.
Ah,
And
yes.
there's a bumper opening for the intercooler.
Is it for the intercooler? Nah. BMW Life. Nah.
I thought it would be for
Well,
the
this would be for the intercooler. This would be
The oil cooler right here.
okay.
oh, an oil cooler.
Yeah.
I see. We would have been both wrong.
This drivetrain is actually in my Impulse RS. 91 Impulse RS, but it's different cars.
The blue one all the way over there. Oh, we'll get to it. Don't
It's
worry.
not the same foot scoop. It's not the same body, but underneath it's pretty much the same configuration. It's the same drivetrain, exact same drivetrain. Interior pieces are pretty much all the same. Mine is a Florida car. Basically, they have
Yeah, and
the
it shows.
turbo all-wheel drivetrain for all the models that Isuzu produce in this era.
But yours is front wheel drive, right?
Mine is also four-wheel drive.
Oh shit.
They imported like something like 800 of those. We were talking about front ends earlier on with Scott. So Scott has the blank front end.
Yep.
Usually they have the
So
Isuzu
there's a blank.
logo.
There's the big titties.
Yeah, it comes.
There's 4 holes,
Yeah.
and you have one with just one big rectangle in it.
Yeah, that's the Imsher grill. There was the option of either having the Imsher grill with no fog lights or the
Or
one
the
with
titties.
the rally lights. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, sure. Rally, fog lights, but I like the titties.
I don't know if you have some other questions for Tom for.
I did
92.
not, but thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
Strong grips, huh? And this is the one that caused us to meet.
Yeah, to me, yeah. Well, it was a blank canvas for me because I import cars from Japan, not cars yet. So yeah, it was pretty much the same as Scott. Scott has the highly sought after moonroof car, but this was the Canadian car.
Alright.
There's not much left of these. And this is the standard version with front wheel drive, double overhead cam 1.6 liver engine with 138 horsepower or something.
So hang on, twin cam 1.6, putting out about 130 horsepower.
That's right. And the turbo.
Why does that sound familiar? Getting 4AG vibes.
Probably because it's pretty much the same block. As far as I know, Eisen produced the 4XE1 block and the 4AG block, if I'm not mistaken, which are very, very similar when we take it.
Don't worry, the comments will correct you, should they ever see this.
Yeah, someday we'll find out. It's pretty much the same as Scott's car. No, I know, I remember that.
Is that... Oh no, that's not the best wheel.
Yeah, I have two of these white Isuzu stilts.
Yep.
So this one has the very standard interior, same as Scott actually. Same exact thing.
Yeah, but your other one has the good wheel.
Yeah, the other one I swapped the wheel for a Japanese one. It's all the standard styles. There's like 3 cars remaining, 3 styles cars remaining as far as we know in Quebec. Some goodies to put on it. Trying to preserve it. I did the front quarters, rear quarters, painted them out all over last year. I've got this part ordered from Japan, the rear wing. I've got the side skirts and the front end. That's with the.
Yeah, it's got a wee bit of rust.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have time to.
That
have so
Quebec
many
life.
cars. Quebec life. Yeah. I do have also the rear center garnish, which is special. We didn't talk about this yet, but
that lights up, doesn't it?
yeah, this one lights up. It's really hard to see in the daylight, but
Oh, I saw it at nighttime.
yeah, it's really hard
It's awesome.
at nighttime, I guess. Let's try it out. I don't know. Ready?
Yep. I see the taillights are on, but I don't see the Gemini logo.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh, well.
it's hard to see in daylight. So yeah, this one is one of my daily.
So what did I mean by the good wheel? like the good steering wheel. Well, this is the good steering wheel because you will notice it bears a striking resemblance to my Ital Volante Formel. This is still Italian, it's a Momo model. So, yeah. I do have a bit more affection for that than the standard looking steering wheel in the other car.
Friendly? No.
What? 大丈夫。
大丈夫ですか？うん。日本語を話せるできますよ。できますか？できませんか？
I think you tried to say that my Japanese is alright.
Short shifter.
Yeah.
Can you do Japanese? That's what I asked.
Ah,
We're on first now?
yep.
Okay, let's try that. Oh my god, power steering.
You need a strong arm.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if the guys are gonna let me pass them or no. We're just convoy. That would be
Oh, I have that song. Cause we got great big convoy trucking through the night. 1978. It's an old movie about them there trucks.
Oh, the guys don't know the tricks. You have to go further down. Not to hit the bottom, man. With the powered suspension, you see, Scott?
Yeah, well, I'm
They
lowered
have been
too.
scraping.
I'm lowered too, but the bumper doesn't go quite as low, so
You
I
know,
can get away with
Maxim with his Lotus, he's
Loud.
used to
that Lotus there, boy.
Lotus. A lot of trouble usually serves.
It's a, how do they say in Japanese? It's a Rotas. Rotas it is.
Lotus.
Ah, yeah, the clown from the one-way LSD. The eye mark went the wrong way.
Yeah, well, he's going back to Quebec City. He's got to take care of his mother. So. Mom, she's in the hospitals.
Take care of his mom.
That's really short gears and short shifter. Reminds me of my Isuzu. We have a little bit of a problem with the cage. Fuel cage.
It doesn't have a damper on it, so whenever the fuel splashes in the tank,
Okay.
it goes with it.
It goes one
So-
side and the other.
It's
Basically.
too accurate, that's the thing.
The thing is, it's funny to drive with
The headlights up.
the headlights up. It's reminds
Yeah,
me
well,
of my impulse. You just see a little bit of them.
oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna add eyebrows and
Cleavage.
something.
You see the cleavage
The clever.
of the titties.
What do you do for reverse?
Next to first.
Oh, okay. I guess we're not gonna have to use it.
Should it be the case, we can switch position, but I don't think it's going to be much of a problem.
Oh,
Yeah, she does that going into fourth.
that's fourth?
Yeah, that's not something you did wrong. The transmission is unhappy.
That's green. You want to get it too hard, man?
And allow me to remind you, the red line is 8200 RPM. I went there.
And you said this one's accurate. This gauge is accurate.
The speed meter or the rev counter?
Rev count.
Yes. Well, it's aftermarket, you never know. It might be a few hundreds off.
And lost the line.
Oh, going fourth. From third, she's not gonna crunch. Actually, if you remember,
Went from 6 to
yeah. But if you remember earlier, we were coming out of town. It's a 50 zone, and I was in fifth gear. She will cruise.
man, that's
seems
like
well
a lot
done.
of fun. I gotta get one of those in Japan, baby.
Yeah, in Japan, don't take 4AG away away from me. I'm one of the few motherfuckers in Quebec that has it. You leave it to me. You hear?
That's